Who said I love you first? How and when did it happen? I don't remember who said I love you first.
You did.
Did I?
Mm-hmm. And I made you wait a week before I said it back to you.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. And you were like, I'm glad that you waited because it wasn't like me just saying it because you said it. You said I love you to me for the first time, and I went, I remember what I was wearing when you said that to
Really?
me. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that. Because I don't remember that. I remember the first time I kissed you.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like I was getting fucking struck by lightning in my face.
Does it still feel like
that? Yeah,
that
it does. It obviously not every single time, but there are times where like you can tell I'm going through it, and I don't know if it's just like you're really focusing on me, but it's fucking there.
Yeah.
So how did that? Wait, what? Focus at the camera. LOL. Chat says error 404.
What?
It looks like it's working for me, bro. AJ, is it still not working? He said focus at the camera. LOL. Oh, okay, I get it. It looks like the chat's going for me from what I can see. So yeah, can you elaborate on that, please? I'm sorry. I too much going on. My brain can't keep up. I saw your boobs and your butt, and
yeah,
there's money being given and fucking.
There's a lot going on for you right now.
Yeah, my tabs are arrow 404.
Yeah. I'm glad I could participate in that. So,
is that where our habitual conversation came from?
What do you mean?
When we had the conversation about not saying...
No. That was like 2 or 3 months afterwards.
Okay.
Because I was like, you haven't said it in like 3 weeks. And you were just going through shit. And yeah.
You know, as perfect as this can be,
mm-hmm.
and I'm not saying that we're perfect.
Right, we're not.
But we're fucking leaps and bounds above most. Lorraine sent $25 and just wrote Zeke. I love that.
She's challenging you, bro.
Yeah, she's definitely lady-sized beach balls.
She's getting it.
So even though we're not perfect,
mm-hmm.
there were a lot of fucking odds for us to overcome.
Yeah.
And we did. And like, I don't mean to like brag and boast, but we came out on top through a lot of that shit. And there were a lot of things that I think were maybe subconscious on my part to see how far I could push you before you would walk away from me, because I was expecting it to just not be real.
Mm-hmm. You did do a lot of shit. There were a couple of times where I was like, okay, he's fucking pushing me. Why am I here?
Yeah.
And in those moments, I had to take a step back and be like, okay, he's hurting and he's going through it and he's processing a lot of shit. It took a lot. It took a lot for me to stay. But I saw you were worth it.
Yeah.
You are worth it, yeah.
That so we commit things to memory differently.
Yeah.
We know that. You remember things a lot more in detail than I do, because if it's not vital information, I have to clear the cache.
Right.
Where you're able to hold on to things different. The fact that she sent a $17 and said, apparently I'm capped. They tied. That's funny. Fucking wild. Part of me wants to instigate and be like, there's a donate button on tobebetter.co.
Stop it.
Anyways, those times you helped me more in my healing process than I could have possibly ever imagined while I was going through it. And I know it because there was a lot of things that I legitimately pushed you away from. Like the night that I made you go home because I didn't want to cry in front of you.
Right.
There were things that looking back on, I know were fucked up, and knowing that you stayed through all of that when we weren't as committed as we are to each other now, I don't worry about my shortcomings.
I've seen them.
Right. You've seen me at my worst.
Yeah.
And you weren't as committed to me. You were living on hopium that we were going to work. And now that we have the bond that we have, I don't feel an insecurity with us. There are very few times where I'm like, you just triggered my abandonment BPD shit, and that's something I can't control. But logical brain, I fucking know you're not going anywhere. Which is why I'm so confident when people are like hitting on you on the internet. I'm like, yeah, it's my woman, motherfucker. You ain't try it. You're not going to get it. You know what I mean? And there's an arrogance in that. But I know it's because of what we went through in the beginning. And it wasn't like they weren't fights. None of them were fights. It was just me going through what I was going through and trying to see if you were really going to stay or not.
Yeah, I think you were really putting me like trial by fire.
I think so.
If it weren't you, I would not have tolerated that from anybody else. What?
What was the chick Starbucks name? Was it Cheyenne?
Hang on.
It was Cheyenne. She's in the fucking chat. She just super chatted us.
Not.
Starbucks goddess. Loves y'all. Please
Is that what
never
she said?
change.
That's exactly what I called her on the post.
Who you guys are.
Shut
I
the fuck
hope
up.
to see her soon. Yep. That's fucking wild.
No way.
I love that.
I love that you're in the chat right now. That's so cool.
Discord after party via Patreon.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna be there after this.
Yeah. VIP Patreon.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that I look back and I'm like, wow, I really let this man do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you tell me some of them?
There was a period of time where once a week you would hit me with, I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I mean, I don't remember it being that frequent.
Yeah.
But I do remember doing that. And I remember doing that because there was a fear. So first and foremost, I admit that I was afraid that I was going to get attached and you were going to bail on me. Because, and this is not an excuse. I promise you I'm not making excuses.
I know.
My borderline when it's bad is bad. And knowing that I was that attached to you and the fear of you leaving and like the only sanity and peace that I had in my fucking world at that point, walking away from me, there was if I just make her go, I'm in control of her leaving and it's just me and I'm not being abandoned. I'm winning. And that was a very real mindset for me for a while.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid that you were going to see how fucking broken and damaged I was and not want to be here. Sprite burps.
Yeah.
So bad. There's a maturity in that too, though. And it's not just, it's not an emotional maturity on my end. It's a maturity in that, a growth. Like we matured together in those moments because you very much could have been like, you're an asshole. You're pushing me away and I'm fucking leaving because of it. And you could have left.
Yeah. There was a time where we were still very new and you hit me with, like I meant the world to you or something. It was that context. And like, I was on cloud 9. And then like 2 weeks later, you were like, yeah, no, you're not.
I'm sorry. I know that we've had that discussion before and that's an upsetting thing.
That fucked me up pretty bad.
I really thought, I believed that you were going to see how damaged I was and you were going to abandon me.
Yeah.
I did. And like, we had such an amazing thing. Everything was fucking flawless with us. You treated me like a wife from the rip. And I, coming out of everything that I was coming out of and all the shit that I was dealing with in my personal life and the businesses and everything that was going on and the betrayal with friends and like my world was fucking on fire. I didn't have a place to live. Like I was between, things were a fucking mess. And you were the one stable thing that I was holding on to. And I knew that if you walked away, that would have been the end of it. And I knew that. And I absolutely did try to push because I needed to see, it tested your loyalty. I wanted to see if you were really in this. And when I realized that you weren't fucking going anywhere and that you were in this ride or die with me, we got matching tattoos and like it was game on at that point. And I haven't tested you since then. And I won't. We got two. For those of you who enjoy our content and would like to support us and help grow the channel, the easiest way to do that is a super chat here on YouTube. For those of you who really, really like the content and would like to see more of it, check out our Patreon group. It gets exclusive content that will never be seen here on YouTube, early release stuff for those of you who are just as impatient as I am, as well as live streams with a live chat every Friday night. If you can't afford to do either one of those or you're just not into that, the next best thing that you can do is share this with people who you feel may vibe with it. No matter how you decide to support us, it's super dope and we thank you.